Good morning, guys. I just noticed the other day that I still haven't introduced the star of the show, my very own Yamaha FZ1. So today I'm gonna be doing a quick review, and I know it's an old bike; it's nothing new, but it's still available on the market for anybody who wants a decent, well-built bike with a lot of power. So much power that it's not even logical on the streets, you know. So, yeah, let's get somewhere more quiet to give you a little tour around the bike, and we'll talk more about it. So, the FZ1N or NA. This is the naked version of the well-known Phaser. Yeah, it's a very decent bike. My very own is the 2010 model. This bike was built from the year 2006 until 2015. That was the last model of this bike. The second gen, to be precise, because there is the previous generation of the FZ1. This is the second generation and the last generation, right before Yamaha introduced the MT10 to replace this model. And yeah, it's a very cool bike, very strong. Has a lot of power, as I said previously. It's beautiful, the sound of it, and I don't even have like a sport exhaust. This is just the stock exhaust on it. This bike has a 110 kilowatts. That's the output of electricity. 150 horsepower. Well, it's actually brake horsepower. So I guess to the wheel, it's like 130-ish. Yeah, but trust me, it's a lot for the streets. It's absolutely a lot. You don't need this kind of power for the streets. I know some people love to have powerful bikes. I mean, who wouldn't? I do, honestly. But yeah. I've had this bike for about 2 months now. 3 months, actually. Got it early January. It only had about 14,000 kilometers on it. So, not that much. For a bike of this caliber, that is absolutely nothing, to be honest. 4 cylinders. It's in mint condition. It was in the possession of an elder gentleman who took really good care of it. I presume it was always kept in the garage. That's why it's in such an immaculate condition. And I'm planning on keeping the same thing. It has so much power. And it just hates to sit in traffic. It loves the highway, I gotta tell you that. It's a beautiful bike with modern aesthetics, and yeah, um, you can still find a lot of these on the market with low mileage and a very good price. Like, to get a very clean one, you're talking about somewhere between $4,000 and $5,000 or francs here in Switzerland. And that's really, you're getting a lot of bike for that kind of money. Instead of going out getting a newer model, like for example the MT-10, it's a beautiful bike too, and that cross-plane engine sound is just, it's to die for, I know. But if you're on a budget and you want a decent bike, don't even think about it, just go for it. It is a beautiful, beautiful bike with a lot of power. I want to take you on a little tour. Show you one of the best views that are not too far away from where I live. We're going on a trip in our favorite rocket ship, zooming through the sky. Little Einstein. Oh no, that's the wrong theme song. The countryside is just, oh god, something about it. Just, and here we are. This view is just, oh god. That huge lake, that's called Halwilersee. And this is the bike. And I left it on. Nice. Nice job. This is the FZ1 in all its glory.
Been trying to change what I've been trying to say. Words don't come straight from my head to my mouth. It's such a shame that it fell out of place. Was never me that was bringing you down. Why we always looking for more? Why we always looking for more? Why we always looking for more?
So, that was a nice little break. Let's get back on the road. Let you hear this baby purr. So yeah, it's a reliable bike. I haven't had any trouble with it since the date of owning it. I know it's not been a long time, but you know, any unreliable bike could have or should have broken down by then. In the past 3 months, I've put roughly 2,000 kilometers on it. So yeah, if you had any problems, oh, the downshifting, rev matching, it's just phenomenal. So yeah, it should have shown any kind of trouble by now, if there was going to be any. It's a beautiful bike. I love the look. People can't get enough of it. I can't even count how many times people have just stopped by when I'm at the gas station or grabbing a cup of coffee. People just came by to look at it. People driving by almost broke their necks looking at it. I mean, it's an attractive bike. She's a big girl. It's not a beginner's bike because the throttle is slightly sensitive. I mean, if you're not a hooligan, if you want to start on motorcycles and you don't have your head screwed upside down and you want a tough bike, a cool bike, 4 cylinders that's never gonna fail in putting a smile on your face, I will tell you 100%, this bike is for you. Just go for it. In the last 3 months of owning this bike, really it didn't stop putting a smile on my face. Every time I go for a ride, it just gives me what I want. The peace, the serenity. Plus, it's a comfy bike. If anybody is worried about the comfiness of the seat, it's pretty comfy. And trust me, this is coming from a very picky guy. The seat doesn't start feeling uncomfortable until like a few hours in, which is the case with any seat in general. So for long trips, yeah, it's gonna be perfect. You can go touring with it, you can go whatever you want. It's good for highway rides. Brother, yeah. It's just a pretty cool all-around bike. For city riding, honestly, it's the only thing with it is that it's gonna get a teeny bit hot. Because like I said earlier, this bike does not like walking in traffic. She just needs wind to stay cool. Look at this. This is just awesome. Brother. But it's perfect, like in between towns. It's great, honestly. I mean, on the highway, you can just be cruising in 6th gear. In normal towns, you can be cruising in 4th, going 50, you know. There's nothing to it. once you go up to speed, get some air flowing, it'll cool down. Like, it doesn't get over hot, but yeah, just the normal heat. And when it hits 100 degrees Celsius, we're talking, not Fahrenheit, of course, the fans kick in and it cools itself down. So you don't have to worry about overheating or whatever. The bike will take care of herself. As long as you're taking care of her, she'll take care of you. She hasn't left me stranded anywhere. Always reliable. I always know she's gonna turn on every time I hit the switch. So if you're a normal rider, you want something within budget that'll take you anywhere and everywhere, always putting a smile on your face, this is the bike for you. It's a naked bike, so you're gonna feel the wind every time, so that'll help. Not going over the speed limit also, because you're gonna feel the wind most of the time. It's not like a full sport bike where you have a windshield to protect you. But yeah, love that sound. For the fuel mileage, I guess a lot of people might be interested in that. I understand. I mean, you'll get what you'll expect from a liter bike. I haven't calculated it like precisely, but it gives me somewhere around 200-ish, 220 to almost 280, 300 tops, depending on how you ride it. Of course, like, it's a liter bike. If you go all out, it's gonna swallow all that fuel. We're talking on a full tank, of course. This girl, this baby gal, bomba clot, she's just gonna go crazy with the fuel. It's how many smiles per miles it gives you. Smile and wave, boys. Smile and wave. The gears on this bike, you'll notice that they're long. So not like other sport bikes or sport naked bikes where the gears are short. This bike has a long gear. So yeah, I can go like 120 in first. It reminds me a lot of the old school bikes with the loud gearbox, especially the first gear. You'll hear a loud knock when you put it in first. That's almost always, unless you hold the clutch for about 5 seconds, 6 seconds, and then put it in first. It'll be a smooth, buttery transition from neutral to the first gear. I was just playing around and I noticed that every time. If you just hold the clutch for a few seconds, and then put it in first, you'll absolutely will not hear that hard knock. Brother. Personally, it gives me peace. I'm always calm on the inside when I'm riding my bike. Always calm, collected. I try to keep my cool. It helps a lot with my mental stability. Anyway, yeah. It gives me peace. It keeps me calm. Now the question is this bike for you? Well, if you're looking for a bike that can get you from A to B without breaking down, then yes. If you're looking for a bike to be your free time toy, your weekend weapon, then absolutely yes. Is it good enough around town? It's not going to be the most comfortable bike for riding around town, commuting to work if you live in town. But other than that, going on the highway, off the highway, it takes any and every road like a champ. If you guys have any other questions related to the bike, please feel free to comment. Give me your own opinion if you have one. If you want any more details about it, I'll be more than happy to help, to comply. Really. I love this bike. I can't complain about it. It's everything I want it to be. You know. And yeah. You'd never go wrong. Owning this bike, riding this bike, it can teach you a lot. It reminds me so much of the old school bikes from the 90s. The way it rides, the weight, the feeling on the bike. If you found this information useful today, if you liked the video, it would be pretty awesome if you'd subscribe, give it a like, a comment if you want. I'd love to add you to the family. And tag along. We have a lot ahead of us. I'm gonna be trying to review as many motorcycles as possible, as many bikes as I could. As I could get my hands on, of course. And yeah, you guys just give me your opinion. Was this video informative? Was it what you're looking for? Was there anything missing? Did I miss mentioning something about the bike? All and every comment are welcome. If you have constructive criticism, I'd love to hear it. I'd love to read it. I'm still learning. I'm gonna try and do better time after time. I'm just a guy who loves motorcycles and just shares his life with you guys. Trying to get back this community on the right path. A path free of OnlyFans girls, thirst traps. I miss when the community was still about bikes, about the passion towards these machines, not using motorcycles as thirst traps to promote your OnlyFans. So let's make this community great again. Don't you agree? If you do, hop on. This channel is for you. Now you guys have a great rest of your day. I loved every second of this day. I hope I helped anybody come to the right decision if they were considering this bike. Again, it's a huge yes for me. You definitely should get this bike if you're thinking about it. And I hope to see you in the next one.